In today's video, I wanted to talk all about the Legends set and how rare these cards really are. Welcome back to my channel. I am Mattcaster Mage and I make Magic the Gathering content every single day. Yes, on a daily basis. So if you want to join in on the fun, why don't you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you're notified for future uploads. Okay, let's get into this set, Legends. So Legends is one of the original Four Horsemen sets. It's one of the first expansion sets Wizards of the Coast ever did for Magic the Gathering, and it was released in 1994. The set size for Legends is about 310 cards total. That is it. And it's comprised of commons, uncommons, and rares. Well, so the way it's actually broken down is a little bit more confusing because there is 75 commons and 110 uncommons, and then there is 121 rares. Yes, 121 rares, making the rares very difficult to get, especially for a set size like 310. You're looking at more than a quarter of the set is rares. Actually, I'd say about around 1/3 of the entire set is rares. So that's why the rares from Legends are very, very difficult to actually grab, and that's why the prices have been going up so much. If you've been watching my market movers, you'll notice that, especially in the last week or two, you've seen a ton of Legends cards on those lists. Now, the way that the set was printed, it wasn't printed into Oblivion, but it was printed more than things like Antiquities and Arabian Nights, which are other cards in the Four Horsemen block. This set actually had 35 million cards ever printed. Now, the way the set is actually broken down is by C1, C2, U1 and U2, similar to what we had with the Dark. With Legends, you have the most common cards are like 424,000 cards printed. Like Hornet Cobra is one of those cards. Force Spike, which is actually a card that I think is undervalued, but yes, there was a lot of them printed. Well, for an older set. In today's day and age, I don't know, 424,000 of a common, it seems like that's actually a low number. And then we also had cards like Siphon Soul, which is in that block of the 424,000 commons printed. Then there was the commons that were a little more difficult to get, and that was like Headless Horseman, which I love the art on that card, and that the flavor of that, it almost feels like it should have been in the Dark, but it's still a welcome addition to Legends. You also had cards like the Darkness, which was another card that looks like it could have been in the Dark, but nonetheless, it's a harder common to get with beautiful artwork as well. So, and you also had Spirit Shackle as well as one of those 212,000 common printings. So you also get a lot of uncommons that were very, very rare. And some of the uncommons, the power level in Legends, now we're talking about Mana Drain. Yes, Mana Drain. And there's only 57,900 of the original Mana Drains ever printed. And that is a very powerful counterspell. It's seeing play in tons of commander decks. And think about that card. Think about how many people were playing Legends back in the day when it wasn't really seen that much of as a collectible at the moment. People were playing, cards without sleeves, throwing their decks in their pockets. They're getting all crinkled up. And one of those cards could have been Mana Drain. How many people just threw out their cards when they were kids? They played them at school, and then recess, it goes for sale at a garage sale. Maybe it doesn't sell. Maybe they lose it somewhere in a sand pit or something like that. Those cards, like Mana Drain, that's why they're so expensive right now, is because there's not a lot of good copies that are like mint condition or more. Yes, there was people who were collecting them back then, but the vast majority of people, maybe they weren't. I mean, for me, when I was a kid, I was more into Pokemon because I'm a millennial, a later millennial, so I actually got in on Pokemon fairly early on when the set just came out. And I'm telling you, people didn't treat them that much like collectibles. Sure, there was the odd kid here and there that would come to school with a binder full of cards, and you'd look at them and they're inside all these sleeves, and you're like, that looks cool, but like, you're still a kid. You still want to like take them out, play with them, look at them, maybe the next hype thing that comes out, and then you kind of just bury your Pokemon cards, you forget about them. Some people just lost them altogether, but a lot of them actually got sold in garage sales for kids back in the day. So you look at those cards, and then you think, okay, well, what else is there? There is the uncommons that are easier to get. Now, some of these uncommons are very playable. So the easier ones had 116,000 cards printed, and that was cards like Pendelhaven. Yes, that is a card that sees a lot of play in Modern as well. People, were using Pendelhaven, the original version, but also, got reprinted quite a few times. But the original, 116,000, not a lot of copies in mint condition. So that card actually has been going up, and I could see it going up again in the future. But let's talk about the rares. Yes, the rares from Legend. Remember, there was only 19,300 printed for each rare in Legends. That's it. And you have 121 rares across the whole set. So when you're opening up a pack, you get one rare per pack. And, well, how many booster boxes of Legends would you have to open if you wanted to have a guaranteed pull at a certain card? Now, every Legend rare isn't going to be a very playable card, but they still had some iconic cards, but also very good cards. Cards like Recall. Now, that only had 19,300 printed. It's actually a card that's shown up recently on one of my Market Mover videos. Now, there's other cards like Life Matrix, another card that's frequently appeared on the Market Movers as well. And then, perhaps, in my opinion, the most iconic card from Legends, All Hallows Eve. It's also weird because that's a card that I feel like it could have easily been put in the set The Dark, but again, it's in Legends, very iconic card, and there's only 19,300 of those ever printed. Now, I like making these videos because I want to share some data with you guys so I can help you make proper decisions when it comes to cards that you're maybe looking to buy in the future or you're looking to purchase on the market right now. Now, I actually have a TCG Player affiliate link down below in my description, and any purchase that you make, I actually get a small bonus. So if there's any Legends cards that you see that I've actually talked about that you maybe think are undervalued based on some of the data, like the 19,300 printed for rare cards from the set, then maybe I can inform you to make those decisions. Now, with that being said, I want to know what your opinions are. What set would you like to see me talk about in my next video? I've already done Arabian Nights, I've done The Dark, and now I've done Legends. I was thinking maybe doing Antiquities, but I'm open to hearing other alternatives as well from you guys, so please leave those down in the comments. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Being a patron will help me produce more Market Movers and add to the funds that I will use for my random buys, and also to my coffee fund, because I drink a lot of coffee for these videos. And here you can see a link below in the description that will give you all the tiers and what you get in each tier. So I hope you guys click and think about joining. And with that, I'll see you next video. Think about supporting the channel in that way. If not, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you again in the next video.